Part 5? Yeah, let's do it. I already took some Dramamine.
Huge proponent of slavery in the Bible. And why do all intelligent people abhor slavery and make it completely illegal? You have to come up with some kind of weird rationalization.
Oh, now wait a minute here. A proponent of slavery? Yeah. I'll start by saying that I'm actually working on a huge project on this issue right now. So all I'll give you for the time being is some provisional answers. First of all, in the Old Testament, what's depicted as allowed by God isn't slavery. It's what's called indentured servitude. This was a completely voluntary relationship, and it didn't involve any of the unique aspects of what we call slavery. No kidnapping, no viewing of humans as property, none of that. There's only one set of verses where you might be able to argue that God permitted what we call slavery. And I know some of you Fundy atheists drool over this one. But I think you're getting a little too excited. I'll talk about that when my research is done. Now, in the New Testament, yeah, they had what we call slavery. But no passage makes out God as a proponent of it. What the New Testament does is recognize it as a current reality. You may say that's some sort of problem, and ask why the New Testament didn't just call on people to free their slaves. Well, I'll say a lot more about that later in my project, but here's the sum of the matter. People of that time were so ingrained with the idea that slavery was natural that they couldn't even think of the idea of abolishing it. In light of that, the New Testament had to take a different tactic, one in which slaves were seen as being equal to their masters in the eyes of Christ. That's not abolition, but it is a very effective psychological tool which would lead someone to eventually realize that there was no moral grounds for continuing to hold a slave. Like I said, those are just provisional points. I'll have my research done in a few months, and then I'll do some material on it. Until then, keep a lid on the dumb objections, okay?